What if I told you that the very wounds you carry are not scars of weakness, but hidden doors to your greatest strength? That the pain you've endured is not the end of your story, but the beginning of your transformation. What is pain? Most people see it as an enemy, something to run from, something to avoid at all costs. But if you look closely, you will realize that pain is not here to destroy you. It is here to teach you. Every time you feel pain, whether it is physical, emotional, or mental, it is a signal. It is life's way of saying, pay attention. There is something here you must learn. Without pain, there is no awareness. Without awareness, there is no growth. So instead of asking, why me? When pain arrives, the better question is, what is this trying to show me? Think about the first time you fell as a child. The sting of scraped knees taught you balance. The pain of touching something hot taught you caution. The ache of losing something you loved taught you the value of presence. Pain has always been your teacher long before you had the wisdom to recognize it. And yet, as we grow older, we forget this truth. We begin to see pain as punishment, as injustice, as something unfair. But the reality is, pain is one of the most honest forces in life. It does not lie. It does not flatter. It does not deceive. It shows you exactly where you are weak, exactly where you must grow stronger. When you train your body, you feel the burn in your muscles. That burn is pain. But what does it mean? It means your body is adapting, becoming stronger, more resilient. Without that discomfort, there is no progress. The same is true for the mind and the spirit. When life challenges you, when you are rejected, when you fail, when you are betrayed, these are not signs that you are cursed. They are signs that you are being trained. Pain is the weight you must lift to build the strength of your character. But here is the problem. Most people run from pain. They numb it, they hide from it, they deny it. And in doing so, they also run from their own growth. Imagine a seed buried in the soil. For it to grow, it must break apart. That breaking is painful. But without it, the seed will never become a tree. In the same way, your pain is the breaking of your old self, so that your new self can emerge. If you resist it, you remain buried. If you embrace it, you rise. The question is not whether you will face pain. You will. The question is, what will you do with it? Will you let it harden you, make you bitter, close your heart? Or will you let it refine you, make you wiser, open your heart? Pain can be poison or it can be medicine. The difference lies in how you choose to see it. If you see it as an enemy, it will crush you. If you see it as a teacher, it will elevate you. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone who loses everything: job, home, relationships. At first, the pain feels unbearable. But in that emptiness, they discover something they never saw before: the strength to rebuild, the courage to start again, the clarity to see what truly matters. That pain became the doorway to a new life. Without it, they would have remained asleep, comfortable, unaware of their true potential. Pain woke them up. This is why I say, do not fear pain. Welcome it, sit with it, listen to it, ask it, what are you here to teach me? And you will find that every pain carries a gift. The gift of patience, the gift of humility, the gift of resilience, the gift of compassion. Because when you have suffered, you understand the suffering of others. Pain connects you to humanity in a way comfort never can. But remember, pain alone does not transform you. Reflection does. You must take the time to look within. to understand what the pain is pointing to. If you only feel it but never learn from it, then it becomes wasted suffering. But if you pause, if you reflect, if you allow the lesson to sink in, then pain becomes wisdom, and wisdom is power. So the next time you are hurt, the next time life knocks you down, do not ask, why is this happening to me? Instead, ask, what is this preparing me for? Because every pain is preparation. Preparation for the next challenge, the next opportunity, the next stage of your life. Pain is the sharpening stone that prepares the blade. Without it, you remain dull. With it, you become precise, effective, unstoppable. And when you begin to see pain in this way, something remarkable happens. You stop fearing it. You stop running from it. You begin to embrace it as part of the journey. And in that moment, you discover freedom. Because nothing can control you anymore. Not failure, not rejection, not loss. You realize that even in your darkest moments, there is light. Even in your deepest wounds, there is strength. Even in your greatest pain, there is power. So I tell you this, do not curse your pain. Do not hide from it. Do not waste it. Learn from it. Grow from it. Let it shape you into someone stronger, wiser, more compassionate. Because pain is not your enemy. Pain is your greatest teacher. And if you are willing to learn, it will give you the strength to rise above anything life places in your path. Your pain is not here to break you. It is here to build you. When pain arrives in life, the first instinct for most people is to resist it. We push it away, deny it, pretend it does not exist, or distract ourselves so we do not have to feel it. But resistance only multiplies suffering. The more you fight against what already is, the more energy you waste and the heavier the burden becomes. Acceptance is the first step to power, because only when you accept reality as it is can you begin to transform it. Imagine standing in a river with a strong current. If you fight against the flow, you exhaust yourself and eventually the water drags you under. But if you accept the current, if you learn to move with it, you discover how to navigate, how to float, how to swim. The current does not change, but your relationship to it does. That is the essence of acceptance. Acceptance does not mean weakness. It does not mean giving up or surrendering to despair. It means seeing clearly. It means acknowledging the truth of your situation without denial, without excuses, without illusions. When you accept pain, you stop wasting energy on wishing it were different, and you begin to use that energy to grow. Acceptance is not passive. It is the most active choice you can make because it is the foundation for change. You cannot heal from a wound you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot solve a problem you refuse to face. Acceptance is the doorway through which transformation begins. Think of a person who loses someone they love. The pain is deep, and the instinct is to resist it, to pretend it is not real, to numb it with distractions. But the pain does not disappear. It lingers, waiting to be felt. Only when that person accepts the loss, truly accepts it, can healing begin. Acceptance does not erase the pain, but it changes the relationship to it. Instead of being crushed by grief, they begin to carry it with strength. They begin to honor the memory of the one they lost, and in doing so, they transform sorrow into love, despair into gratitude. That is the power of acceptance. When you resist pain, you remain stuck in the past, trapped in what you wish had not happened. But when you accept it, you step into the present moment. And the present moment is the only place where power exists. The past is gone. The future is not yet here, but the present is alive. Acceptance anchors you in that reality. It allows you to see clearly what is in front of you, and from that clarity, you can act. Without acceptance, you are blind. With acceptance, your eyes open. There is a saying, what you resist persists. The more you resist pain, the more it grows. But when you accept it, something remarkable happens. It begins to lose its grip on you. Acceptance does not mean the pain vanishes, but it means the pain no longer controls you. You are no longer its prisoner. You are free to choose how you respond. And in that freedom lies power. Acceptance also teaches humility. It reminds you that you cannot control everything in life. You cannot control the storms, the losses, the betrayals, the failures. But you can control how you meet them. You can control whether you resist and suffer or accept and grow. Acceptance is the recognition that life will not always bend to your will, but you can bend with life without breaking. It is the art of yielding without losing your strength, of bowing without falling. It is the wisdom of knowing when to let go. When you accept pain, you also discover compassion, because once you have faced your own suffering without denial, you begin to see the suffering of others with new eyes. You understand them because you have walked through the fire yourself. Acceptance softens the heart. It makes you less judgmental, less harsh, more human. And in that humanity, you find connection. Pain accepted becomes not just your teacher, but a bridge to others. But acceptance is not a single moment. It is a practice. Every day, life will present you with things you did not choose, things you did not want. And every day, you will have the choice, resist or accept. If you resist, you remain trapped. If you accept, you move forward. Over time, this practice builds resilience. You stop being afraid of pain because you know you can face it. You stop being afraid of change because you know you can adapt. You stop being afraid of life because you know you can live it fully, no matter what it brings. Acceptance is the first step to power because it is the first step to freedom. Without it, you are chained to illusions, to denial, to resistance. With it, you are free to act, free to grow, free to transform. Acceptance does not make life easier, but it makes you stronger. It does not erase pain, but it gives you the strength to turn that pain into power. When you accept what is, you unlock the power to create what can be. Remember, these diamonds are formed under pressure, and the strongest steel is forged in fire. Your pain is not your prison, it is your forge. Step into it, embrace it, and let it transform you. Because when you turn pain into power, you don't just survive. You rise, you inspire, and you become unstoppable